it has been long granted by FIFA in allowing for players to switch their allegiance from, say, country A to country B because of the eligibility rule. A prime example of such is that of Alejandro Garnacho, who switched from Spain and now plays for Argentina because his mother is of that country. Over the years, players who managed to switch their allegiance went on to do amazing things on the global stage. For example, Patrick Vieira and Lucas Podolski, who represented France and Germany respectively, they went on to win the FIFA World Cup. Should I switch my allegiance from Jamaica and play for Brazil? I don't have any family who lives in Brazil, and my level of football is here whenever it comes on to playing. However, in contrast, not all players who manage to switch their allegiance has done so well. But because they want to improve or get more game time, they went on to do so. Because then again, the players who are in front of them are better quality. Typical examples could be Sergio Milankovic-Savic, who switched from Spain and now plays for Serbia, and Giovanni Raya, who is an England-based player who now plays for the United States. England, United States, CONCACAF is taken into consideration. And today on the 8th of February, I want to speak about a player that Jamaica has been chasing for months now. And that is the man himself, Mason Greenwood. However, I have a case against recruiting this man. Do not cuss me now, but stick around to hear what I have to say. Alright, so I am here yet again to deliver with a controversial topic, a topic that will, allow for you to think, because many persons have been thinking about the fact that if Mason Greenwood represents Jamaica, it is the best thing that could have happened. But before I speak about Mason Greenwood, you can see the improvements on Premier 7. Even my logo is on my chest. Premier 7. I hope you can see it. I mean, of course, Mason Greenwood is a talented player who has been doing well for Getafe and was doing well at Manchester United before, what happened. The saga between himself and his partner. However, to have Mason Greenwood playing for Jamaica, it can pose somewhat of a challenge. And I have 3 key points that I would like to share on this player. Alright? Number 1, Mason Greenwood would love to be recalled to play for England, his country of birth. Now, as a Jamaican, you would be thinking twice if this guy should still be chased, because his heart is set on representing England. And I have the news because it was posted in the Sports Bible on the 24th of January of this year, whereas it was said that Mason Greenwood wants to play for England again. And there are other instances whereas based on his talent, other clubs or European giants would like to recruit him. For example, Barcelona. Now, we're not going to speak about transfer news. We're going to speak about the case with Mason Greenwood. Now, Mason Greenwood is 22 years old, quite young, very energetic, who scored 5 goals in 19 games for Getafe. He's a person who is doing quite well. And based on what happened in the past, he was not given that chance even before by Gareth Southgate, who is the current manager of the England national team. Mason Greenwood has not been given that opportunity to play for England as much as how he should, and he wants to make a difference. He wants to step up to the plate and say, despite what has happened in the past, my heart and my desire is set to play for England. Now, this will affect Jamaica men's national team, because if you are not able to get in a Mason Greenwood, and even if you get in a Mason Greenwood who has the desire to play for England, it will affect the fluency and the development and growth of Jamaica in doing well in the CONCACAF region. So, if this player wants to play for England, I think he have Jamaica as a less considered option in his mind, because he wants to reclaim his spot. He wants to represent the nation for which he have his eyes on, and at least win something and show the world that differences can be made. Alright, so with that first point out of the way, I just want to pick up on the second point. Whereas Jamaica doesn't have the resources to develop Mason Greenwood's talent. The resources that Jamaica have out here would be a strain for Mason Greenwood. The facilities are somewhat good, but nowhere comparing to that of England or even top nations in Europe. If Mason Greenwood is going to play for Jamaica, does Jamaica have what it takes to instantly develop the facilities in the country? National Stadium is a good example of the best stadium in Jamaica where it comes on to football. But what about the other fields around the country? If Jamaica is not eligible to play at the National Stadium, where will they play? Maybe at the stadium in Trelawney. Where else? A few more could be there, but Jamaica is lacking resources to help to facilitate the development of a player like Mason Greenwood. And of course, I know that Jamaica has recruited players like a Mikel Antonio, who has been playing for Jamaica, not at his best, but has been doing the do for Jamaica, and even Bobby Reed. Maybe there could be a case against what I'm saying, that Mason Greenwood could then come and play in such condition. And I don't think Jamaica would really want to keep things on a basic level, or on a level that things are not sorted out correctly, to recruit such amazing talent. Because then again, this man could be the main man for Jamaica. And speaking about main man, let's not say I want for him to be the main man. I want for Jamaica to have a balanced team with top quality players like a Leon Bailey, a Bobby Reed, a Mason Greenwood if possible, and the recruitment of some other players like a Gibbs White, maybe a Tarek Mitchell, and the list goes on. Additionally, Jamaica doesn't have the resources financially to pay Mason Greenwood. Most of Jamaican players aren't on the wages that Mason Greenwood is on. Mason Greenwood is absolutely earning more than several players in the Jamaican colours. And if you're not able to pay Mason Greenwood, why do you want for him to come to the country to play? Jamaica has owed players before, and I don't think these players have received all of the wages, or let's say salary, that they should have in their pockets or in their bank accounts. So if you bring in Mason Greenwood to play for Jamaica, it will bring the country in more debt. Get what I'm saying here? And Of course, it will be a good talent to recruit and a blessing on the eyes when Mason Greenwood is scoring the goals for Jamaica, hopefully. But those two things mentioned, the resources in regards to the facility and the wage structure, Jamaica is nowhere there. And before I touch up on the final point, let me drink some water. Generate inspiring vibes every day. Right? Think about what I have said. And of course, the bottle is orange. No, do not say that I am a PNP now, because my bottle is orange. I have a orange rag and I have a green rag. So guess what? Everything is neutral on my side. Now the final point is that Mason Greenwood has ego. Cristiano Ronaldo did not have that strong connection with Greenwood and even Rashford, because not want to say that Mason Greenwood wanted to be the main man for Jamaica, but the role that he had to change to play to help Cristiano Ronaldo was a no-no. And the ego that he has may be strenuous on Coach Al Grimson, because Mason Greenwood may want to play in a different position and Al Grimson may give him that position and it may cause a problem. Let's say he wants to play in Leon Bailey's position on the right wing. What will happen? Leon Bailey is Jamaica's biggest talent. The best footballer from Jamaica is Leon Bailey, who recently renewed his contract at Aston Villa. And when you remove Leon Bailey and put a Mason Greenwood in his spot, it can cause controversy. Not saying that there will be fight and fuss and all of those negative things, but the reality does speak. And say that is being resolved. Mason Greenwood could potentially be benched for a particular game and it could kick up a rumpus on the campus. And that is not something that we want in Jamaica. That could literally hinder the development for the country. And of course, there could be persons outside watching in saying that, look at this, them get Mason Greenwood and look where I'm going with Jamaica. You have to take those things into consideration. And remember, I spoke about Cristiano Ronaldo before. He did not have that magisterial relationship with Mason Greenwood, like to say, I am an elder, let me groom you. No. That wasn't the case. And I don't want for it to look as if there was an extreme bad relationship between Ronaldo and Greenwood. But back in the days, Ronaldo was properly assisted and groomed by not only Coach Alex Ferguson, but players such as Gary Neville, Roy Keane, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Vidic, and the list goes on, did assist with Ronaldo's growth. And Ronaldo wanted for that to transition into the new youths playing for Manchester United. But things and times change, and Ronaldo even mentioned that these youngsters and himself did not have that strong relationship that was necessary. And in that case, that can affect Jamaica's growth, because Coach Al Grimson may decide to say, alright, Mason Greenwood, this is what I want for you to do. He may listen, but he may not listen, because I have watched Mason Greenwood playing for Manchester United for quite a while, and there are decisions that he did not make that was correct on the pitch. And Jamaica doesn't have the quality players or the players who are of that elite level that Mason Greenwood could follow or accept their instructions and becoming a better footballer. And it will result in a fallout or a big hullabaloo in the Jamaica camp. And that is the reason why I believe that there's a case against recruiting Mason Greenwood. I mentioned the 3 pointers. The first one, Mason Greenwood wants to play for England. He has that desire to play back for his country. The other one is that Jamaica doesn't have the resources to properly manage Mason Greenwood, which is factual. and the ego can become problematic for the national team. Now, with that being said, it is now the end of the show. However, for those persons who are already a subscriber, watch this video, let me know what you have to say. And those who are passing by and see this video, stop by, subscribe, watch the video, and let me know what you have to say as well. Share the videos, because at the end of the day, this video is essential for football on a whole, so that we can understand how to think or envision the game. It is now my time to go, and I will be speaking to you another time with another Premier 7 based video. So take care and goodbye for now.